Hey there, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing good out there today. Today I have a patron shout out request for Robert Pretorius. Robert has been with me for a very long time, amazing supporter of mine, and absolutely insane with his taste of music. I have my tagline for when I'm, telling people about my Patreon is that I'll do anything, any request for my Patreon, doesn't matter how crazy or how obscure. And Robert is the one who really pushes that as he takes that as a challenge. He's had me listen to some really unusual stuff, but I loved every bit of it so far. So I'm really excited for what he has me listening to now. I've never heard of these two musicians. They are both from Taiwan. It's a collaboration. It is NiNi from NiNi Music, and then ZuiKo. And it's labeled as Asian folk cover of AC/DC's Thunderstruck. I've heard tons of covers of Thunderstruck, and basically what I had thought of was almost every genre of music, but not Asian folk. So here we go. I'm really excited for this. With a lot of the music that I've heard since I've started my channel, a lot of Asian bands, Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese, Indonesia, all these different bands from Asia, I've really gotten to where I like the traditional instruments. And I believe both of these two play, and I'm not going to pretend to know which instrument this is, or these are, but they're very traditional instruments, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it, because it's a fantastic song. And like I said, I've heard so many covers, country covers, bluegrass covers, heavy, hardcore metal covers, all kinds of different covers of this. But I'm really excited to see what a couple of Taiwanese musicians with traditional, Asian instruments do with it. So I'm really excited for this. So Robert, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for introducing me to somebody new again. Really excited for this. So let's go ahead and switch on over. And here we go with Thunderstruck. I did that in the wrong order. Patron shout out request for Robert Pretorius of NiNi Music with ZuiKo doing an Asian folk cover of Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Love the percussion. Okay, this is cool. I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. But I'm curious, and I know I've asked about it before with other bands, but I'd love to know why the use of such a large, I don't want to call it a pick, because she's using the pick, but that very wide, large, thing to pick the strings. Where did that come from? Why is it so big? Is there a specific, reason over the hundreds and or thousands of years that this instrument has been played? I would love to know the reasoning for this, such a large, I'm trying to put my hand like he has his, such a large apparatus to play the strings. Very curious about that. I've pointed out that with other bands, and y'all have told me what it's called. I forget what it's called, but I'd love to know why that it developed with such a large piece of equipment to play the strings. Sounds fantastic. I'm loving the The percussion, I'm loving. There's a little bit of actual distorted guitar in there as well. The way it's presented is so good. I'm really digging this. She's doing some really cool work with just a regular pick as well. I love the snakeskin on her instrument. I do notice it's so much sharper with him doing it. So good. Does she have an established band that she's with? I think on a couple of the pictures, I wanted to get a picture of both of them. This is actually from this still that I found from this video. But I also saw a couple pictures with her with a couple other musicians. Does she have her own band that are always with her, or does she play with like studio musicians that come in and do what she needs them to do? But the background music is fantastic. The percussion is killer. The bass, there's a bass in there that is just fantastic. Like I said, every once in a while hits of a distorted guitar is doing really cool. But what they're doing with these instruments, and again, y'all have told me what they're called probably a couple different times, but I can't remember what they're called. But they're fantastic sounding. And hers, like I said a second ago, she's using a regular pick, and it's more of a round sound. Whereas he is using that large paddle, and it's super sharp. Every attack on his strings is really sharp, while hers is like rounded. So I'm just very curious about the different styles of using this instrument. I'm assuming they're the same instrument. They're both 3-string. They both look similar, although I love her snakeskin cover on hers. Such a fantastic song, also. Oh, what are we gonna get some behind the scenes or anything? Maybe? Just a Patreon. I'm gonna let the Patreon, her Patreon page go. She deserves it. I always let these play through. The original artist deserves it. Okay, that was fantastic. Really like that. That was a patron shout out request for Robert Pretorius of NiNi Music and ZuiKo with an Asian folk cover of AC/DC's Thunderstruck. That was fantastic. That was very cool. I loved what they did with it. It was so incredibly recognizable, but also really unique with using those traditional instruments that they were using. So cool. Really enjoyed that. Robert, you're an absolute rock star. You always give me very cool stuff to listen to, stuff that challenges me, and I really love that. It's very cool. This was fun. I really like this song. I love the song, but I really like this version of it. It was killer. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. I really appreciate y'all being here, and I will talk to you next time.